Hello, friends, and welcome to the channel today. Sorry, Joe and I are not with you in person, but today's all about bowl cozies. We're bringing it back, and as you can see, I've pulled from one of my old videos, and it seems like the bowl cozies is what people are asking for this holiday season. And it's a quick hit, one hit wonder DIY project that you can do in as little as 30 minutes, depending upon what size you choose. What I do, and you'll see this here in the very beginning of the video, is you start with a small circle, and at the end, towards the end, I will show you how I pin those together. I have took the liberty to use standard clothesline, and it is the nylon, and I took an afternoon and just cut little tiny strips of the fabric and clipped it around the rope. And as you can see laying on the table, that is what I am doing. I'm starting it into about a 2.5, 3 inch circle before I allow the color to come into play. And right now I'm probably on about the fourth turn. And it goes very fast. Believe it or not, it doesn't seem like it, but it does. This machine that I'm on today is my Baby Lock Jazz 2, and it has the zigzag stitch that you do need. I do drop my stitch length just a little bit. Instead of the 2.4, I do the 2, and I just make sure that the zigzag is catching everywhere that I need it to. And I'm slowly going
Big.
along
I like
and
to get
catching
the base
each
of
and
my bowls,
every
honestly, about
fiber,
3 to
and
4
that's what's
inches
going to hold
wide.
this
I don't
together.
measure them,
There's
I just
many ways
eyeball
that
them
you can
because
do
I know if it's going to go into the
this particular
bathroom for
project. You can do it
ring
by
holder
gluing,
or
you
on the
can do it
dresser.
by
I know what size I
just
like mine to be.
basically sewing
So
it. I
Joe
prefer the
definitely keeps
sewing
me in
method.
clothesline
I've also
because
seen
I'm
people do the
always
hot
making
glue, and I
something,
may do
or
that later on
it's
after the
mindless
first
sewing
of the
really
year
once you
as
get the
a
hang of it.
project to just
And
be
I
able to
just
show
keep
you
these two
how
fingers
easy it
here
is
to
to
hold
be
it
done.
flat, and then I put
They
this
still
one
hold
next
up
to where
nice
my
and
pressure.
tidy, whether they are sewn or glued. But I like this sewn, that way if they get soiled or anything, I can go ahead and continue to use them. Now what I'm doing here is making sure that I have the ruler out and I measure it. You want to keep it in, make sure that it stays flat the whole time. I like to get the bottom of the bowl generally about 3 to 4 inches, because this is going to be a mini one that I'll keep in the bathroom to drop my jewelry and my rings and whatnot when I get a shower. So I'm going to start putting my hand up under the edge of the bowl because I'm at my 3 1/4 inches. And just gently lay your hand up under, and your fingers are going to start to turn that every step of the way. And you're going to keep it there. I'm going to say about 4 or 5 full circles. And you'll be able to tell because you're going to be able to put a pin in your starting point, and that's what I'm doing there. Just sticking a pin so I will know where I started. And you'll count about 3 or 4 rounds, and then you can pull that pin back out. And it just goes very slow here as you're starting to get the bowl to take shape. And I'm estimating on round 2 right about now. You should be seeing me be able to take the pin out, and then you'll see the color come into play here shortly. I've just removed the pin, so that's telling me I've made my third or fourth round, and it's ready to start coming up just a little bit more. Now, as you can see, the rope does get tangled, so you're going to just untangle it as you go along. What I'm showing you here is you start to put, instead of your fingers, you're going to start to cup the bowl as you're tilting it up into the machine itself. And hold that tight, but not too tight, it can't spin. You want it to be able to spin, and you want to be able to continue to watch it as it's going around and around and around. That's a very important step that you do not want to miss. You just keep it nice and tight and you go slow on this. And as you can see, the red and the white is really going to look really cute when we get this added in. And I estimated or guesstimated, however you wish to say. And I just want to have little flecks of the red and white in the bathroom for this holiday season. And I'm making sure that the rope is not buckled in any way. That will really jack up your project, and you don't want to do that. You just want to feed it in nice and easy. So I have the bowl in my left hand and the rope is in my right, and I'm using my thumb and my ring finger on the right hand to gently feed it through the machine. And as you can see, I'm pulling it and making sure it's feeding through my fingers on the right. The left, depending upon how much curve you wish to have on your bowl, I want it to look like the bowl would sit in my hand, and that way I can take off my necklace, my rings. I've also saw people use this for soap dish in their bathroom, and they are washable, so you could have multiple ones, and once a week or so, just pop it in the laundry with your towels. They wash up quite nice. So I'm estimating once again, I'm probably about 15 turns in. And as you can see, it's starting to come up near, I want to say about 2 inches of this side of the machine. And you are the maker of your own bowl, so you'll decide how big you wish. If I was doing a large bowl, and you can go back into my videos and type in Handmade by Ying, bowl cozies. I've got 3 or 4 videos that do have those listed, and you'll be able to see the different types. This one I'm calling the mini bowl cozy because it's just for the bathroom. And I'll be making several of these this holiday season for my family members because over the course of time they do hold up nice, but you want to have something different each and every holiday. So I'll give them each one for Christmas, and then I'll do one for, I'm saying, into summer. That way they can put one under the sink and pull it out as they need, and then they'll have the other one. But keep pushing it up tighter, but now you're going to be pushing more from the bottom. So watch your fingers. Do not get hooked under the pressure foot of your machine. You just put your left pinky and your left ring finger a little bit tighter up in there, and you're letting that ball take shape now. You're going to go a little bit faster now because you're able to use your left hand and have the fingers moving, and the right hand is going to be doing the feeding through the machine. Once again, we're untangling because we do not want any tangles in this. And if you do happen to miss, or you see that you've missed a small spot in the video, you'll see how I go back over and zigzag down through the bowl cozy, and that also adds a secondary design to your project. And we're still going around. We're probably about 14 rounds in, and I'll build that side up just a bit more, and then I'll even show you how to put the hook on it. That way, if you wish to hang it when it's not in use, you have a little hook in your bathroom, you can just hang it and then pop it off the hook to drop your jewelry in. Everybody has different size spaces, so you choose what you wish to do. I've got these on Joe's dresser and mine. That way, pocket change and whatnot, we just drop in, and then at the end of the week, we drop it into a change jar. And we call that mad money, goes into the grandkids' savings. And now you can see by the way that it's starting to take shape, it's up to my left thumb, and pretty soon it's going to be up about where the knob is, above the left thumb. And a few more turns, I can see one spot that I've missed, and you'll see me be able to go back and catch that, as I said. And it comes in really nice the way that all of this works. And consistency with the amount of pressure you're using, consistency in the way you're holding it. The first few, don't expect them to be perfect. Every bowl you make along the way is going to be different. It's going to have a different flair to it. It could be a bread bowl. It could be a dough bowl. The sky is the limit on these. It is a cheap make, but it's a fun project. You can make many of these out the size that I'm doing. I've out of one clothesline, I can make 4 bowls. So that's 4 little gifts for stocking stuffers. And you can get the rope at the $1.25 store. What do they call it now? The buck and quarter store. And you can't beat that for a stocking stuffer. Your time is priceless, and the gift is homemade, and your family is sure to love it. So we're going around, and now you can see it's up to the knob just a little bit. And I'm starting to stop and show you how if you tip down, you're going to be able to see it's about 12 rows up, and you've got 8 rows across the bottom, and that's going to give you your 3¼ inch. You have to decide how deep you wish your bowl to be. For me, I want it to be just enough. Now I'm talking about the red. Here's where I'm going to decide, do I wish to put the red in? Do I wish to make a separate bowl? You can even line these with cloth and make a little, how I want to say, elastic around and just lay it in and it'll hook into the bowl. And you can use that to pull out and wash. So the sky is the limit with the options that you do have for this project. And I do believe it's sure to please every step along the way. Now I'm taking my hand here and touching the bottom. Anytime I do a jewelry one, I like to have the bottom tip up in just a little bit. And it's kind of like just put your finger in and it's going to start to give it a little cap. And that helps hold your things in place. Like say, I want to put my necklace on one half of the bowl and my rings on the other, so my chains don't get jacked up. So that is the purpose of this one. The general rule of thumb is you keep them flat. But for the ones for the jewelry and the rings and the earrings and whatnot, I like to have separate little areas in there. I like to have the bottom have a little, for lack of better words, like a little nipple up in. That way I can lay my chains in and it will keep them spread open because I pull them off over my head because I can't hook them any longer. And they don't get tangled and they stay nice and tidy. As soon as you hop out of the shower or the bath, you get yourself all cleaned up, and as you're getting dressed, you can just slip it right back up over. Handy dandy, no issues had. And it comes in really swell here and it works really nice. So as you can see, now I am up about 1/4 inch. I would say about 2 rows up past the knob. And I'm making this just a little bit taller than normal, just for demonstration purposes today. And I hope that you like this video. If you do, please don't forget, give it a thumbs up and make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Right here is where I'm putting the knob on, and I like to call that the hook. You fold in a piece of the piece of the rope, and you sew it in, and it gives it that little eyelet, like the little hook. And that's what's important when you're making these, that you do have that little hook. And you'll see here in a second, I'm pointing out where it has the gap, and you really need to make sure that these do close up. So as you can see by my hand motions here, I'm taking it for a journey through the machine, and I'm just going up and down through. And it's just going to zigzag. Normally I would change my thread color, to a red or a pink, whatever color I wish to decorate it with, and I'll go around and around and around through the bowl as we're working this project. And I think it's kind of cool the way that it does turn out. And I can physically still see one little spot in, it's right under my fingers there that I do need to make sure that I do catch, and it'll be caught here momentarily. So I'm getting right down into the nitty gritty of it all, and you can see where I've took the rope right in and made it a little eyelet that it will hook in there. And the next one that I'll be doing is the red and the white, but I won't get to that today. But it was just something that I wanted to bring along and show you. And you can do it with the fabric or without. This one, since it's going into the bathroom and I do a lot of bleaching, I want to make sure that this one is the white. Snipping the thread, and here's where I'm showing you, because I didn't get the opportunity to show you prior, is where the pins. You're going to make a cross, and I'll hold that up here in just a second. You're going to stick the pins in like a cross. And I'm holding it up now to show you. It looks like a little tiny pinwheel. And I'm going to take this one and just go around and around and around, and we're going to build another bowl right there. And this will show you just one more avenue, one more way that you can do these. So this one will be done the same as the first, and this one's just going to have the color. So, like I said, you can go big, you can go small, the choice be yours. This is the setup on the machine to make the hook. This is one more little clip of me going around and around to show you. This is the fabric requirements. Please take screenshots along the way. These are the items that you will need as you're building out your rope bowls. I hope that you did like the video that we shared today with you guys, and we hope that you do come back, and we will see you again one day this week. Please take care. God bless. Be kind to one another, and you have a fabulous day. Please remember to share our video. Stay tuned for updates for 2026. I've got a lot coming your way. Thank you for your understanding while Joe and I are fighting this crud.